Alright, so welcome back to Skyrim's 50 Days Survival Challenge. Just as last time I ended up dying, I had to redo all that goddamn work just to die multiple times. And I spent most of that time listening to music. And eventually just decided, screw it. And this happened. We just had to kill Fendel for his arrows because I accidentally hit him, and he didn't seem to like that. Can't imagine why, but people are weird sometimes. And Tim doesn't like people. You might have noticed from my Terraria series, but yeah, no, he's not a people person. But that turned out to be a good thing because it made killing Snuffleupagus over here uh, a lot easier and a lot quicker. And I mean, in the end, I got more silver arrows. Um, and thought that I was gonna put an arrow in his ass for a little bit to be the finishing kill. Chased him a while. And then put one square in his head to kill him. Or tried to, at least, as you can see. And ended up having to deal with this. For a second, I didn't even think I was doing damage. Like, he was healing so fast. My arrows seemed to were just phasing through him. Eventually, I did hit him in the back. I ended up looting the corpse. And, then decided that that shit wasn't worth it. Found out that the mammoths weren't that big of fans of me anymore. And that I didn't quite blame them. So I just thought that the quickest way out would be to heal and shit, piss, and run. Of course, they didn't like that plan because it didn't involve them running my shit in till there was nothing left of me but pancake mix. But then again, I didn't quite give a shit for a while. And I had to run past a lot of game, which I was kind of upset about. Did get to kill a couple. Did get to kill a puppy though. That was kind of cool. But yeah, no. Escaping from mammoths probably one of the worst things that I've done in this game, but mostly because I was a stubborn piece of shit who didn't think through my actions.
And her people. What say you in your defense?
Yeah, eventually I had to deal with these guys.
Smart man.
Then I realized that I would have to lose a lot, like a fuck ton. And I didn't like that, because it meant that I didn't have a bow anymore, as you can see here. Because if you remember, I stole my bow.
Disrespect the law and you disrespect me.
So yeah, wasn't very happy. So to compensate for that, I had to rush to the blacksmith, fix up some armor, and I also had to buy a new hunting bow. Wasn't too happy about that, but you know, this game is kind of a bitch sometimes, so kind of how it works. So eventually, after leveling up, getting a new bow, I decided I'll just hand in the bounty and get some
My lord,
quick shit.
I serve Jarl.
Who's
Excellent.
this, then?
You've done us a great service. Here is your reward.
What's the meaning
Enjoy
of
your
this
visit to
interruption?
Dragon's Reach.
Jarl Bog? Well, that explains why the guards let you in.
So yeah, eventually I just decided I don't care about talking to the Jarl. I just wanted the money. So that's all I really did, is I took the money and then I set it on my next quest, which was to find Amren's sword. It's not a very hard quest, and I know people don't really like fetch quests in Bethesda games, but it's really the quickest way to gain, um, to gain, um, proper shit, like swords, weapons, money, as early as possible.
I ain't done nothing.
Other than sitting here and just letting my game chop wood as I watch YouTube videos, which I actually might do. That is a good thought. I'm probably gonna end up doing that after I record this. But you know what? Again, I'm a stupid boy, and I'm not doing that right now because honestly, that'd be boring as shit to watch. So, I'm just gonna do that afterwards, and then after that, I'm gonna play some Payday. So before I did that, of course, I would have to get there. And I wasn't sure exactly how, since I didn't have my horse anymore. And it's a fair ways away, as you can see on the map. It's I can't find it. Yeah, it's over here. It's a fair ways away. But I also stole a horse and thought, you know, I might be able to do that again. So I walked up to my horse and realized that I can't steal it. Because I'd never purchased it and it was never mine. And I forgot that because I thought that I did purchase it. And remembered that, no, I stole it. Because I'm a crook. So then I just decided, you know what, I can walk that, right? That's only like maybe a mile or two. Then I saw that there was a giant mountain and realized that the throat of the world was at the top of that mountain. The highest peak in all of Tamriel. And that I was probably gonna end up just getting fucked. So I thought, you know what? Might as well just go for it, you know? And then I went supersonic for a split second. Found a mouse. Mouse went goodbye. And got a kill cam for some reason. It was erect for a good 5 seconds. Didn't entirely understand why. And even though I could have easily just taken the arrow out, I chose to teabag it and then walk away. I looked back and the arrow wasn't there, so I think I made the right decision. Found some goobers over here who looked like they were on their way to a Comic-Con convention. Maybe to a Justin Bieber commercial concert or something. I always thought those were like cult gatherings. Like, there's no way someone would actually go to one of those, right? Then I thought that, you know, there was 3 of them, and I don't think that Justin Bieber has that many fans. The only reason people actually go there is to make fun of him. At least I think that's why. I wouldn't know. I've never been. I'd say I'm relatively patriotic to Canada, but I'd sooner go to Atomic. I'm the kind of person that goes to a Tom McDonald concert and says, "Hey, bitch, he's from my country, not from yours." Haha, I'm better than you. I'm that kind of person, you know? So, after killing some people who didn't know their goddamn place in the world, and skinning them alive, you know, had some fun with the corpse, 'cause, you know, you always gotta have some fun with the corpse. Made a kind of puppet out of him, and then just threw him across the yard. Got back to shortly after that, I found some ribs, and thought that, you know, Shaquille O'Neal had a barbecue. Couldn't be far behind him, so, you know, just kept moving. Unfortunately, I didn't find Shaquille O'Neal. I don't think that he... I think he might have moved a little bit far. Picked those bones dry, though. I will say that. And, I did eventually make it. Somehow, I ended up climbing over a bunch of rocks I know. The most difficult thing to do in the world. Found a rip in space-time. Did a couple hops because I'm a part mountain goat. And then realized that I wasn't as mountain goaty as I thought. And then found some people who looked like they liked Swiss cheese, and turned out they never heard of it. So I introduced them to the concept. They didn't seem to be all that keen on trying it, but I think they liked it after I showed them to it. They seemed really, really eager to even really turn into Swiss cheese. It was really, really funky, but hey, who was I to turn down a good fan of Swiss cheese? Eventually, he did try and play hide and seek. I wasn't too into it. He tried to touch me weirdly, so I gave him his wish of turning into Swiss cheese. He had one of those silly Halloween costumes where, you know, you have an arrow in your head. It was kind of weird, but you know, why not? He also had a Valentine's Day gift, like a little Valentine's Day note that you get in like kindergarten. He also offered me some food, so, you know, couldn't turn that down. That'd just be rude. You know, and I'm not rude. I don't care who you are, not rude. Did make some cabbage soup, though. It's actually really nice. You know, gotta have some soup. Gotta mix the unhealthy with the healthy. I was unfortunately unable to take their deer pelt, because that was totally a deer, and instead decided to go into my recording studio. Eventually, I found Skyrim's version of me just sitting at a table.
What was that? Is someone there? Yeah!
Found out that he was blind and felt really, really bad for shooting him in the side of the head. And, thought, you know, maybe I don't need to kill him. So I went in and
Time to get lost, friend.
Yeah!
again
Do your worst.
got in a fight
Yeah!
and had to kill a man and felt really, really bad for it. And even though I was on fire, I felt a very, very slight amount of remorse for what I had to do. What I knew I had to do. So I healed up. And after a long, hard amount of thinking of whether I should or shouldn't kill him for a mere sword, realized that, hey, he's blind, who gives a shit? And, I ended up deciding to steal from his dead friends because it was just easier than stealing from a blind man. There's not much stuff in this world that's easier than stealing from a blind man, so I will take it wherever I can get it, god damn it. So I stole a ring that was probably his wedding ring. Don't know, don't really give a shit. Went in and decided that the easiest thing to do would be to just gut him.
I'm getting out of here. Enough!
can't wait
Found
to
out that
count
Ulfr
our
the
coin.
Blind wasn't the one that was actually swinging at me. And that was an entirely different human being altogether. And that I probably could have just ignored him. And nothing different would have really come of it. But you know what? I was already kind of pissed off, so I chose to just go in guns blazing and kill everyone. They were all kind of old and pretending to be bandits. Didn't really like that, so I killed them all and stole their stuff. They didn't have the nicest stuff, but they had some money on them, and I wasn't gonna turn down their gifts. It was really nice of them to offer it. It was very, very,
What's he gonna do? Huh? What's he gonna do?
very nice of them. Uh, they're very nice people. They really, really do like their Swiss cheese. Not entirely sure why, but they did give me some bracers that were better than the ones I already had. It was very, very, very nice of them. I also took one of their bows because it was better than the one I already had if I was gonna upgrade it. And then I realized that it wasn't better, it was just that upgrade in my skill. And then I realized that I am stupid. Even stupider than I thought. And I didn't know that was possible. But life finds a way. I did just go through all the shit that I had to make as much random as I could. And I did make a lot of stuff. I found a lot of recipes and used literally none of them when I went to kill innocent people. I kinda just stole, like, a lot. Like,
You
a
think
lot,
it'll
a
work?
lot.
Of course not. Dogs I could train, but a half-starved wolf? No.
I stole someone's clothes and then listened into some conversation like the CIA before being found out
Someone there?
End this little game.
and killing a man. Of course, he didn't quite like that I was listening to his conversation. For a second, I thought I did find Shaquille O'Neal because the dude was fucking huge. But turns out he was just some random schmuck in a world full of them. I ended up releasing their pet puppy and running away. And Old Yeller was set free once again. I think that they really had a special bond for a little bit. Something truly special.
Victory or Sovngarde!
The bandit really... I think he might have been a cat person. Because, he killed the dog. And, I wasn't that big a fan of it since, you know, I'm kind of a dog person. Really, I'm just an animal person in general, but I do like me a dog or two.
Hero.
I did end up using a potion to kill a dude because it was funny as shit to think that I just chug a potion and get a headshot. Because that's my humor. And then I stole a bunch of clothes before leaving. Of course, I didn't leave into Skyrim because I didn't have a sword yet, and I kinda needed that sword. I left into a lookout, and then got into a quote-unquote fight with someone. That fight was less so a fight, more so me just putting arrows in a dude's chest, and then healing as I moved around so he couldn't hit me, even though he did hit me quite a bit. I decided that it would just be easier to stab him because he also had a bow. So I just kind of put the sword in his mouth, and he was still taunting me, which I didn't like, so I just kind of cut him up. And then the song My Balls started playing in my ears, and I found it fucking hilarious. I also took his shit, just in general, like his shit, his journal, cause fuck him, and his money. A lot of his money. Took a sword, money, spell tome, and a circlet, cause Timothy is a goddamn king. It honestly was fucking awesome. I learned a lot of spells that day. We'll just put it at that. I also thought I could just slide down. Um, you know, here's the product of that. I was suffering a lot of anxiety while doing that. I thought, oh, yeah, this is gonna get me killed. Wasn't quite sure who these guys down here were, but they didn't seem nice. So when I popped down,
We're here to teach you a lesson.
figured out they were hired thugs. And I didn't know who would like who in their right mind would ever want me dead. So all I did really was just run away as I healed. So then I thought, okay, I'll just run to the bridge and shoot them as they try and cross, or that I would get the guards to help me. You know, nothing really can go my way. Cause this happened, cause one of them was like the goddamn scout from Team Fortress 2. And he just ran up to me and just started beating the shit out of me. So I had to run away. Cause I could only really get a shot off. So I lured him over. And the guards didn't care. Didn't care that I was being murdered. Like, if I'm hired to kill somebody, they want to bury me alive. The second someone else does it, oh, Jesus Christ. I did win the fight eventually, though, just because I did this. And, when I did kill him, finally, first thing I did was not record his body, but instead go to the contract and find out it was fucking Dorth. I don't know why, but Dorth always makes people try and kill me. If you don't know, Dorth is a little girl and a blacksmith from Riverwood. She's the daughter of the blacksmith from Riverwood. So, it makes it a little bit weird that she's hiring people to kill me when I never broke any crimes in Riverwood. What I also find weird is the fact that they somehow thought that they could kill me.
I'm gonna put you down.
No, you're not. 'Cause I can do this.
Prepare to die.
Now you pay.
No, Doris is going to pay, because I'm going to chop her into little pieces. Alright, if I can ever find the ledge. Yeah, there we... I found the way up. I found my goddamn way. Ow, you pricks.
Die.
I don't know, are you?
Prepare to die!
I'll kill you if I have to.
Is that not what you're trying to do right now?
You'll need to do better than that.
Killed your girlfriend, bitch. And you're dead. Not to steal their shit. And shit it is. What the hell? Jesus. Barely even worth killing. That, of course, was a joke. Everybody is worth killing. Because everybody deserves to die. And everybody will die. I played with their corpses again. And, this officer was really interested in it, too. It was weird as shit. I eventually got a note from Reset while entering the city, which I found weird because I've never done that before. I don't even know if I did anything. I just got a note when I said, heard he was running into trouble along the road. Because I tried to sell shit to him and accidentally said something. And it was weird. So now, all I really had to do was have a quick snack and not eat raw meat, turn my wolf pelts into leather, then upgrade my armor. Last but not least, I had to give this son of a fuck a sword.
Found it. I've been looking for that blade for months. Thank you. Here. My father had a favorite sword and shield technique. Let me teach it to you.
And then I just kinda had to sleep so that I could level up, you prick. Then I thought it would be beneficial to read through Resod's note. I record these while laying in bed. I was not getting up, and I could not read that from my bed. So I just followed the pen and, you know, stood on some fire so that I wouldn't freeze to death. I had to do a little bit of hardcore parkour to, properly stand on fire. Just kind of like Jesus did. No, Jesus stood on water. I'm sitting... So what am I, the devil? That makes sense. And I realized there were 2 bandit camps. And figured, you know what? I should be able to just kill one of them. And then leave the other behind. And chose to not do that. Because I'm a lazy piece of shit and had a quest that already involved killing some bandits. And thought, you know what? It's really just better for me to just kill the ones that are already just gonna pay me right now, so that's kind of just what I did. Finally, they just kind of popped out of nowhere and started attacking me, so I just kind of just stunned them and then shot them. I got this new thing when I leveled up where I can, like, aim down sights. Or they don't call it that, but that's pretty much what it is. It's aiming down sights, because, look. It does take stamina. I don't think it should, because, I mean, it's literally just looking... It's putting your head closer to the goddamn bow. To use a bow, that's what you do to use a bow properly, so... I ended up getting in a fight with someone who was apparently much better at using bows than I was.
You're
And put one in her titty to kill her. Yeah, I would probably just kill myself if someone did that to me. I mean, come on. It's the best part of her looks. So then I just kind of waltzed on in, because I lured everyone out. Because I totally meant to do that. And killed everybody. So I just kind of walked into the door that was like 3 feet tall. And, here's what I was greeted with. Hold on. Yeah, I was greeted with that. It scared the shit out of me.
Thought I heard something.
Yeah. And then these guys decided to come out, which also kind of scared the piss out of me. And I don't know why, but she died, like, instantaneously. And I know it had nothing to do with literally anything I did. Most confused I've ever been. This was gonna be a badass final. Oh, he's talking.
Hurry up. We've got a merchant. Is someone there?
Yeah, he wasn't talking for very long, because you might have expected a badass final fight. And in some regards, you would be correct. Since, I was lit on fire. So this is what happened. They chased me for a little bit. And I turned around and just ran, as apparently they were killing each other. And thought, you know, I could probably sneak in there. If I didn't use a bow, I could probably sneak in there. So I healed. And then, I walked in. I crawled down and I found a corpse that wasn't there. I didn't make it. So I guess that they did kill each other. I also took a pickaxe because why not? I know I'd need it later, so. And then
Just need one good haul.
and they were talking about mining or stealing or something like that. And I didn't really like it, so I just did this. And I don't know why, but I always level up, like, fucking immediately.
No one bests an orc.
You guys already did. You killed an orc. So, contradicting yourself, you asshole. So, I just had to down a lot of not liquor.
This what you want, huh?
I had to run away at a sliver of health so I could use magic to not die. And then I got caught off guard by the fact that my hands had gloves on them. I apparently didn't notice that. I then decided to just slash him.
No! This ends now!
I had a giggle at the fact that the way to level up your armor is to have people beat the shit out of you. Which gave me an idea I would test later. But for now, I just healed myself. And then realized that it would take a lot longer of me just sitting there and healing and healing and healing and healing to do anything. Because I also realized that next time I leveled up, I was going to have to increase my magicka so that I wasn't just sitting there slack-jawed. I also just realized that I look slack-jawed. Fucking beautiful. He did die because I just slashed the shit out of him rapidly. And I could have just gone back to Vengeance. Shit, not editing that out. But I chose not to because I wanted to see what he was looking at. And it was just a lot of booze and potions. And I took it all. And his money. And I read a book. Yeah, that was the entire build-up for all that shit. Ended up just being me getting a goddamn goddamn fucking book. It was anticlimactic to say the least. I wasn't very happy, especially since there was a dead fucking mammoth that I just realized. I then became hungry and realized that food food is important, more importanter than I thought. And then I just kind of fucking died for no reason. Yeah, I just kind of dropped dead. Then I saw the giant coin purse. Then I realized there were giant spikes. I thought that they had just fallen. But, I do think that the spikes are what's doing me in here. But I also wanted the coin purse that was over there, so I took it. And then I left. 'Cause fuck that. And yeah, no, that was literally best experience in stealing shit that I ever had. I also realized that their trap was literally a giant-ass mammoth skull. And realized that these guys did a better job at killing a mammoth than me, and I had no remorse for killing them after that. I also decided to look at their sack. I heard it when I said it. And as I did, their luscious, juicy sack. I'm getting demonetized for sure. I then decided to take and flute uns Flot, which I realized was a mistake. So I just took a bucket instead, and then I left. And realized it was kind of an anticlimactic ending, but that I didn't really give a shit. And that I was going to go back, make some potions, and hopefully not die. That was really, those were my highest standards at that point. I've died a lot. The one thing I don't really like about this challenge is it requires a lot of walking. Like, a lot of walking. When I was done with all that goddamn walking, this son of a bitch stopped me from getting my money, so I just had to go through his conversation as fast as I could.
Irileth was right. I serve Jarl Balg.
Excellent. You've done us a great service. Here is your reward.
What do you say now?
Enjoy your visit to Dragonreach.
Shall we continue to trust?
After that, I just kind of ran because I didn't want to do the missions right
I'm the
now.
commander of the guard here in Whiterun.
So that's exactly what I did. I just ran after that. I'm right into the water.
Skyrim, the future of Skyrim.
Debated killing this screaming cunt.
And there it
Then I quick saved. And
the ugly victory is
you can see where they went from there. And
Someone do something.
I chased him and killed him.
above, guide me.
And yeah, no, I died like immediately.
I'm the commander.
Then I
of the
realized
guard
I
here
might
in
have been
Whiterun.
able to kill him even better than I did before. If I jumped down and then if I just went hack slash instead of that power attack. And I know I should be focusing on making money.
Someone do something.
Order.
Come on.
You have committed crimes against Skyrim and your people. What say you in your defense? Smart man.
So yeah, then I just went to the hold and paid. And then realized that he wouldn't be there, meaning I would have peace and quiet,
All right then.
which was awesome. And I could still use the Shrine of Talos,
My boy,
even
keep
though
it safe,
he
don't
was
you?
dead. So I took the stuff out of his body, including his keys, his money, really just anything I could get my hands on. I did like that ring of restoration because I think it made my restoration better. Because I'm actually healing properly.
You know what's wrong with Skyrim these days?
And so I just had to go to sleep and pretend nothing happened.
Stoke the fire. Take a seat and get the cold down.
Be careful.
No.
The security in Whiterun is terrible. Shameful is what it is.
So then I realized that I would have to repay for my bed.
Sure thing. It's yours for a day. I'll show you to your room right this way.
So I took a sleepy poo. Mostly just for the level up. And I followed through on what I said and increased my skill. I looked at my steady hand, then a critical hit, and realized that what I should upgrade was my light armor. And then I wanted to do it again,
Anything else you need?
but at the same time I really didn't, because I found a caribou.
The security in Whiterun is terrible. Shameful is what it is.
So, yeah. That was my first couple of days in Skyrim.
Fresh baked loaves, still warm from the oven.
Bits and baubles for sale.
You know what's wrong with Skyrim these days?
So,
Obsessed with death.
that's the end of this episode. Remember to slap the titties on that, like, shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Remember to slap the titties on that like button, as I am about to slap the titties on this save button. And, yeah, no. Once you do that, God will give you a little tickle in the nutsack. And that's about it. See ya.